paramedics and first responders, the overlooked heroes of our communities. These medical-trained warriors administrate aid and offer transport services for the sick. They play a vital role for our healthcare systems and oftentimes work alongside other departments to save countless lives. Although these workers are just as important as the other men in suits, they are often viewed as background characters. It's an occupation that is underappreciated and at times can be thankless. A recent incident that ended in tragedy last month highlights how these service workers are taken for granted. On April 27, in Kansas City, Missouri, rescuers assisted 39-year-old Shanetta Bossell, who was found on a shoulder highway bleeding from a finger laceration. During the ambulance ride, en route to St. Luke's Hospital, Bossell allegedly stabbed 29-year-old Graham Hoffman, who was a Kansas City Fire Department paramedic. The knife to the chest was fatal, and Hoffman died later that day at the hospital. Clay County charged Bossell with first-degree murder, with additional secondary charges including armed criminal action, third-degree assault on a special victim, and resisting arrest. She has pled not guilty, her bond set at $1 million and had a hearing for May 5th, but it was rescheduled for the 6th of June. The most tragic part about it all is that Bossell had just been released 48 hours prior. And so it begs the question, could this all have been avoided? In the incident prior, Bossell was arrested on April 22nd on a second-degree assault charge. A Platte County police officer tried to subdue her, as she allegedly tried to break into his wife's car with a brick. The two tussled, Bossell allegedly swiping his cuffs and then attempting to snatch the knife from his vest. As the officer was radioing for backup, she took advantage and bit him multiple times. Bossell was arrested, but released on a $10,000 bond on April 25. On her arrest warrant, it is noted that she is a danger to the crime victim, the community, or another person. But it doesn't end there. She was also cited for a hit-and-run incident back in March, entering a plea of not guilty. This escalation of violence should have alarmed the Clay County judicial system. If she posed a danger to the community, why was this not taken into account when her bond was set after the 2ND incident? The tragic event has prompted widespread grief and reflection on the dangers faced by first responders. Kansas City leaders have expressed their condolences and are reviewing policies to enhance the safety of emergency personnel.
Going into a burning building, we know the dangers of working on a roadway in the middle of the night at a car accident and some of the chemical and medical issues that can arise from things we're exposed to over our careers. We're aware of all of those things. As firefighters, we don't expect to come to work and be stabbed or come to work and be shot at. You know, we're not in the military. We're not a part of the police department who has to deal with those sorts of actions, whether they're newer to the job like firefighter Hoffman was, or if they're a 20-year veteran of the department. It's always devastating when you lose somebody. You know, he was a good young man who wanted to serve his community, wanted to be a firefighter. Speaking with his classmates and fellow firefighters yesterday, the same words kept coming up. You know, leadership, a leader on and off the job, compassionate, passionate about the fire department, passionate about being a paramedic. So it's a devastating loss for our department and for our community as well.
Stay tuned for updates and coverage on news cases. Like and subscribe.